All right, so welcome again to Friday Wisdom. Today's topic is sleep. I want to start a little bit different, talking about sleep, not right away with this image that you see on the screen. So I recently told my son, Daniel, you all know him, he has some issues with being organized and just being ready for some action. So I told him, looks like a universal rule. Every action has three big stages. It's planning, preparation, action itself, and then the wrap up, right? Wrap up, recovery, whatever you want to call it. So every big action, any action has three stages. So let's take clean and tune, for example, right? We're a HVAC company. We're dispatching you guys to do clean and tune on the unit. When we started, many of you thought, oh, the clean and tune is the job. I did the job. And then we said, no, hey, let's prep for this. Let's make sure you have the work order, make sure you have the tools, right? Some of these tools are here. I'm going to talk about today, the gadgets. Those are your tools. Make sure your combustion analyzer is set, right? So there's a big planning. You can't go without tools to the job, right? Or then you can complete the action. You get to it. You complete it, and then you do wrap up, right? You document everything, you take measurements, you take notes, you take photographs, right? So it's three big stages. And very, very important is data, right? So this is what I'm going to talk to you a lot today is how do you track sleep? So before gadgets, we track sleep by feel. Oh, I think I slept well today. Or I don't know how I slept today. Maybe good, maybe not so good, right? So let's imagine you go do clean and tune without the combustion analyzer. And you do it by feel. Especially, let's say it's a Bosch boiler. How sure can you be? How did you clean and tune it? Your feel is probably 10% confidence, maybe 20%, or maybe 0. How can you be sure, right? So if you don't track your sleep, whatever I'm going to tell you today, it's almost irrelevant. I knew it's going to happen. So we're going to be back. So tracking is very important. I can tell you, I know who tracks. I know that Christina's tracking because I personally give her this ring, not the ring, but the ring. And I know Alex does because he has the same ring. And I know some of you have Garmin watches, like Tim. So they're somewhat accurate, right? But again, if you don't track it, pretty much you're not in the game. Whatever I'm going to tell you will help, but then you will not be able to see, okay, what I'm doing, how does it affect? How does it help me? Okay, so let's talk about sleep in this framework that we have: preparation. Then we talk about sleep itself, and then we talk about, hey, what do we do after? So why this is on the screen? Why this is on the screen? You heard me talk about this before. This is circadian rhythm diagram that shows our natural body cycle, how our body lives in the nature, how our body was created by whoever we were created, right? So few main important things that I want to point out is this. At 9 p.m., the body starts to release melatonin, which is a compound that helps you go to sleep. So now think about, so the body naturally tells you, hey, it's time, let's start going to sleep. And let's say 9 p.m. you're at the bar, right, Juan? And then Juan on Monday, or on Tuesday, oh damn, what happened to me, okay? That's not true, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. And then 7:30, this is when it stops. So any kind of sleep past that point is pretty much, it's always light sleep, it's always junk sleep. So the body gives you an idea of the timing that is good for your sleep. And everything that we do, if you align with this, then you live a good life that the nature selected for us. So let's move to this slide. I hope you guys appreciate my animation and my work, right? So let's look at these stages. So let's look at preparation. How many of you have alarm to go to bed? I mean, I'm pretty much no. I know Christina does, and I know Alex does. Do you have alarm to go to bed? Perfect. So 3 people out of the room have alarm to go to bed. Why this is important? It's important for you to remind yourself, hey, this is an important time. I need to start prepping to go to bed. Because most of the people, what they do, they run around the house and then, oh, it's whatever, 10, 11, boom, and you fell down in the bed, and then you think you're sleeping well. That's not how it works. So alarm to go to bed is very important. It tells you, hey, it's time to start prepping. So you need to have what I call wind down routine. So now you're in this process of prepping to go to sleep. That's my own words. I try not to, let's say, past 7, 8 o'clock. I'm not trying to think about anything. I'm serious, I'm a vegetable. If you see me at that time in my house, I'm like a vegetable. I move slow, I respond slow, I talk slow. I don't want to do anything, I don't want to think about anything. All I think about is, hey, I have to go to sleep, okay? Because I'm going to track it. So that's another thing I just talked to you about. And then preparation is consistent bedtime. And that goes, right, 2 together. If you have alarm, you'll probably there's more chances that you're going to go bed to the same time. So consistent bedtime is a huge, huge factor on how it can help you how it can help you sleep better. So let's look at what can go in this wind down routine. What can positively affect your sleep. And my girlfriend yesterday, when she was reading this, she started laughing. I said, why are you laughing? She said, as soon as they see, they meaning you, as soon as you guys see it, she's like, they're gonna walk away. No one's gonna do any of that. So she was laughing like it was so very funny. So let's see if you guys will leave or laugh, whatever. So number 1, what can affect you? If you don't eat too heavy before the bed, so that will help you. So I'm gonna just go down the list real quick. Alcohol is super not helpful. Bright lights. So if you would see me at my house at 8 p.m., I usually wear these. I'm not kidding. I know it's super funny. Trust me. She gives me a hard time every day. She's like, you're crazy. You're whatever she calls me, but this is how I walk around my house after 8 p.m. I'll start taking selfies. I'll send it to you guys. But I'm not kidding. It's super important. No caffeine. Short walk will help you a lot before the bed. So no water at least an hour before. You don't want to wake up at night. No hot showers. This is something recently that I actually told Christina. I recently learned. Supplements can help. Gadget can help. Meditation can help. Room temperature can help. And how dark is your room can help. So basically, after 8 p.m., this is what I'm doing. I'm walking around the house and make sure I have my dark curtains. I close them off. I lower the temperature. I wear these. I don't drink water. So I'm in the process of going to bed. This is a top priority. You guys know we sleep for the third of our lives. So third, right? 30, let's say 30%. 8 hours you work, 8 hours you bullshit, 8 hours you sleep. So it's a big portion of our lives and very, very important. So why don't we prep and put a big priority on this? So now we're in the action. Let's say you did all of that, right? Point about hot showers and the room temperature, because this is always a big question. Why room temperature is important, and I'm meaning you should be around 68 or below, 68, 69, whatever's comfortable for you. The body core temperature needs to drop by at least a degree in order for the body to go to sleep. So core temperature meaning so you go from whatever we are, 98.6, right, on Fahrenheit, is that correct? So let's say around there, so your temperature actually lowers for you to go to sleep. So now imagine you just took a hot shower, you're like, you're steaming. So now what you did, you just raised your core temperature. And for example, I have sorry guys, I gotta adjust this next time. I also put, and let's say you had a stressful conversation with your girlfriend. So now your core body temperature is up, your cortisol is up, you're laying down the bed, the steam is coming out of your head, literally and figuratively, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna have a good night's sleep. No, you won't. Not a chance, okay? So if you take a shower, if you take a hot shower, take it at least a couple hours before you go to bed. So so your body have the time to lower your body core temperature. So let's talk real quick. So we have 3 stages of sleep. This is just the general information for you guys, so not really much actionable items. So we have deep sleep. So deep sleep helps you to restore your body, your muscles, your physical body. And what's important about this, it's usually in the first, not usually, it's mostly in the first part of your sleep. And that's why circadian rhythm, again, is important. So if the later you go into bed, you're cutting into your deep sleep. So your chances of having a good deep sleep, if you, let's say, past 10, 11, are smaller, and smaller. That's the point. REM. So REM is called rapid eye movement. So here in this stage, you're dreaming. This is where your mind and brain like resets. So if you have a good REM sleep, you wake up, you're like, oh, I have a lot of REM. So you know, hey, your head should be good today. You should have a clear mind, and you should be able to be mentally productive. And then light sleep, it's a junk sleep, but it's still a sleep, and it points out to the quality versus quantity. I'm going to show you a couple of slides of my own sleep score, and you'll see that I slept for less than 8 hours, and I had, on Aura, it's very hard to get. I had 93. So on Aura, anything above 90 is, yeah, Christina's like, oh, son of a bitch, how the fuck you get 93? It's very hard to get, less than 8 hours. So I don't need to sleep 10 hours or 12 to get that score. Less than 8 hours, it's possible. Why? Because I've done all of this. And point, I think it's obvious, guys, but point about glasses. So same thing, going back to circadian rhythm. When we were not humans, whatever we were, creatures, Neanderthals, there was obviously no light, there was no TVs, there was no phones, right? So as soon as night got dark, right, those creatures went to sleep. So now you're in your bed looking at the phone. What's your eyes are receiving? Your eyes are thinking, and your brain is thinking it's still a day out. So you won't fall asleep good because you keep waking yourself up. So these these are too strong. There's many different shades of red. So you can find, it's a company called True Dark. You can find that are less dark, that are more dark. But the point is, you have to block that UV light, because everything, this is a junk light, very strong. TV is strong. Your cell phone is strong. So this is really, they don't cost too much. Yeah, I know it's weird. Your kids may make fun of you, whatever, but then you will sleep for sure. And think about what is the cost of bad night's sleep. It's huge. What if you have bad sleep? People have bad sleep for years. How do they feel? All of the, a lot of sicknesses, I said all of it, a lot of sicknesses coming from poor sleep, because you do not rejuvenate, you do not recover, neither your head or your body. So sleep is the free medicine. It's almost free, all right? So waking up, same thing. We had even, back in Ukraine, we had these alarm clocks, right, that would be so loud that it almost gives you a heart attack. And if we look at the slide here, sharpest rise in blood pressure, so 645. So let's say you wake up at that time and you have alarm that is stressing you out, right? You're heated, probably your blood sugar spikes, your blood pressure spikes, you jump out, you want to hit it, you want to shut it down, you're already stressed. And then you have this thing happens. If you know what I mean, a lot of heart attacks happen at that time. People have no idea why there's a lot of heart attacks happen early. Because people just get up, and they get up in the wrong way. So what I'm suggesting is you have to have a gentle alarm. It's either vibration or the sound. There's many. I gave Kirill, remember I gave Kirill the hatch. It's called the hatch. They're just like wind noises or rain or something, and it's a very gentle, like a sun warming up. I'm actually waking up with my watch. It just vibrates, like gently vibrates, and I'm waking up. And then let's say I give myself 3-4 minutes to calm myself down. Like, okay, you got this. It's all good. Let's get up now. So I don't jump out and just run. And then very important, if you woke up, wake up, meaning expose yourself to this light now, whether it's sunlight, and this is why we're doing the sunlight exposure with office team, because it's very important to tell your body as soon as you got up to get back with circadian rhythm, I'm up. So if you got up and then you're sleepy, you probably won't sleep good that the same night. And then, hey, check your data. The last but not least, check your data. I think I slept well. Well, then check it. See how you feel. So let's look at some of the things that can help you. Those are my favorites. You know me as some of you know me as a supplement guy. I have supplements for anything, and I have gadgets for anything. And I actually brought all of them here. So if we talk about supplements, very simple. Yeah, valerian root sounds like it's very simple, but it is. It was helping me a lot, very effective. So melatonin, couple words, guys, about melatonin. Our body produces about 0.3 milligrams of melatonin. If you go to CVS, Walgreens, any of the store, you will see supplements that have 3, 5, some of them have 10 milligrams. This is a lot. When I was in Europe and Italy, they sell 1 milligram at the most. I couldn't find more than 1 milligram because they know you don't need it. America, we need to sell you more. We need big. The more, the better. Let's give you 10 milligrams of melatonin when you need 0.3. But be careful. I only suggest, let's say if you have a stressful week or you have parties or whatever, you take it for a few days. But our body is very smart. If you give it something constantly, it will decrease its own production. So if you get hooked on melatonin and then you stop taking it, your body almost stops to producing it. So be careful. It's only good for short periods of time. And then cool supplements that go three of them go together, and magnesium. Guys, magnesium, but I brought the box so you can take, I think I mentioned this 5, 6, 7 times. It's the only kind I take because there's so many kinds of it. And this is the only one that will not upset your stomach. You could take freaking whole box and it will not upset your stomach. Almost every other type of magnesium gives your stomach a little bit of movement, and then you go to bathroom like crazy. Our body depletes magnesium very rapidly, and it's the first compound that it goes to deplete when you're in stress. And we're in stress daily. Whether you believe it yourself or not, you're all in stress daily. So your body depletes magnesium like crazy. So if you don't supplement magnesium, well, it's your funeral. And then we have these 3 interesting ones. It's 5-HTP, L-tryptophan, and the GABA. So the book that I read recently suggests that you guys take all 3 together. Seems to be working for me. So you guys can take photos later. Gadgets, just a few words. Sensate, very simple device. You lay it on your chest. They have a music, the relaxing music, and then it vibrates. So these two devices are working to help your vagus nerve to relax. This one's a little bit more, this is a little more crazy because it actually zaps your neck. So I didn't expect that. So you wear like this, and then there's electrodes, and then send, you know, a little bit of electricity into your neck. So you're like, ugh. So when your girlfriend talks, you're like, yeah, I'll come down in 5 seconds. Give me a second. I'm not kidding. It really zaps you here. So it might not be for everybody, but in some sense it's convenient because you could. Yeah, I know, Taras. Yeah. So that's me. Again, let me show you. That's me. That's me. Pretty much. And then I have a special helmet, which we will not talk about today. So it's a freak show. I know. But it's more convenient, so I can walk. This is not as convenient. This is you pretty much have to lay down. But honestly, this is more effective. I felt more calm with this than with this thing. They're all about the same. They're all about $250. So it's not that crazy. Is anyone in the room wakes up at night and then can't fall asleep? Is anyone wakes up at like 3 o'clock? Okay, Christina. All right, so we have honest people here. So this is super duper cool, a gadget called Casina, made by Mindplace. So what it does, it plays music, a special, when I say music, it's not just music. So it's a special sound with a special length wave, similar to what I told you guys about what I went through in Seattle. And then the glasses play like a symphony of colors. And what it does, it distracts your brain in 2 ways. It distracts your eyes, so you concentrate on what it is. Then your ears concentrate on special music that plays, and it helps you not run your thoughts in circle, right? Like, I'm sure Christina wakes up, like, okay, Vasil is gonna bring me the work order tomorrow, and Vasil is not gonna do what he needs to do. And then Vova P is gonna come to me, and then Vova, and then I have to do 28 proposals. Like, I hate the, so, and then 6 o'clock, she's like, oh shit. So that is, I already showed her, she's familiar. This is, if anyone into, or at least getting into meditation, this is what's gonna help you, meditate. This is what is actually designed for, because it's not easy to meditate right away. So let's look at some of the cool screenshots, guys, I want to share with you. So when you have Aura, this is what it looks like on my phone. It sends me a notification, and it tells me this: hey, your ideal bedtime is between 9:15 p.m. and 10 p.m. And it sends me this message: hey, it's time to wind down. It's time to go to bed. And it's always funny when I'm like at the restaurant or something, like, yeah, right. And then, you know, the music's playing, we're drinking, like it happens, right? But it's constantly there. So this is on the good days, that's what's going to help you. So look at this. So I was in bed for 8 hours and 11 minutes. I had total sleep of 7:49, so less than 8 hours. And this was my score. So when I really hope more of you guys will buy Aura, because this is the most accurate. I hope I challenge you to challenge me and get on a weekday, not on the weekend. So this was yesterday. This is Wednesday night to Thursday morning. So that was my score. And look at the, so I had deep sleep, more than an hour. I have over 2 hours of REM. So all of these, how many factors they calculate to give you a score. So it's not just the deep or REM or light. Is how effective I was, how restful I was. So if you turn in bed a lot, this will decrease your score. How long it took me to actually sleep. So I fell asleep in 10 minutes. And then the timing. And the timing was optimal. So all of that. So you see how many factors that play in to give you that score. So that's what I mean. It's not just the action. It's not just I'm in the bed. It means I'll have a good night's sleep. Is when did you go to bed? How long it take you? Were you ready for the bed? How's your body know this rhythm? Will it give you what it needs? And then of course the timing and where you're turning, and tossing and turning is usually the temperature. You're asleep but you don't recognize. So if your room is hot, that's what's going to happen to you. And then, so these are the professionals that work on this for many, many years. I just wanted for you guys to see what are they saying that's pretty much is confirming what I'm saying. So if you want to get more REM sleep, is regulated by circadian rhythm right away. So the first thing, the people, they created this ring almost 5 years ago. And that's what they do. They concentrate on sleep. So in other words, your body clock. Typically you get more REM sleep during the later. Getting a full night's sleep, sticking to a regular sleep schedule, and avoiding caffeine, alcohol, or other stimulants in the evening can increase your chances of REM. It's pretty much the same thing I told you. And then we have the last slide is on deep sleep. So what are they saying here is you get more deep sleep early in the night. If you want to get more deep sleep, try to keep your sleep schedule consistent and avoid heavy meals, stimulants, and bright screens 1-2 hours before the bed. Same things that I just told you. If you will make this your top priority and just follow those things and track. Even start, I don't know, Apple Watch. I cannot say maybe it's super accurate. I'm not the Apple guy, so I don't have much to confirm with. But I tell you, Garmin is not that accurate as this. Garmin is more forgiving. Garmin, I had 100, a perfect sleep on Garmin. I never had, I think 96 was my highest on Aura. Now I'm actually thinking, how the hell to get 100 on Aura? I don't even know if anyone ever had 100. Probably. That's it. I'm open for questions. What do you guys have questions? I hope you have questions about sleep. Since you're all sleeping, right?
So with the classes that you told that you were in, when are you taking them off? Like when you go into bed? Or?
Yeah, just right before. So you guys have some. Yeah, I know. Paul is laughing.
The glasses using the helmet, right?
Yeah. So I'm taking them off. I'm actually in the bed. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I watch TV too. I'm guilty as charged. I do. Shit. Yeah. I have to be honest. Yeah, I do watch. But at least if I watch in these, and they're horrible to watch TV because everything's red. And then Alena would say, look at her dress. I was like, it's all the same to me. She says, take them off. Look at the dress. Look how the beautiful dress is. So they block a lot. But then I fall asleep, and actually she can't fall asleep. And then she lays and then she's angry at me because I'm sleeping in 5 minutes. And she's like, yeah. So well, but she doesn't want to wear these. So her loss, because she you see how it's a mind game. She knows they look awful to her, and even though it's only 2 of us in the room, she won't wear them. Like, okay, that's that. So I had 2 pairs, and I gave one to Christina because she didn't use them. I said, okay, maybe Christina will use them. I don't know, maybe not. It doesn't matter. I had 2.
Are you using earplugs or they would cover the eyes?
So, a good question, because Lyosha just said, what is the medicine for the neighbors, right? For the noisy neighbors. Agree. So the blackout, let's say if you can't make your room dark, yeah, wear that. It helps. And I'm going to buy, so there's this new headphones that go inside the ear that made for sleep. I think it's called Oslo. OZLO. I haven't tested, so I don't want to recommend anything to you guys until I test it, but I'm curious myself. So they made to go exactly in the ear. They're very small, because if you sleep on the side and regular whatever Samsung or AirPods, they will hurt your ear. So this company made a special headphones, or not headphones, whatever you want to call them, that go inside the ear. So I'm curious to test myself and see what they do. Because you might have kids, right? So if you want to go to bed and you have family, you have kids running around the house. Yeah, my biggest fight, literally, guys, literally, I told you everything is a fight. My biggest fight with her, with Alena and her two kids was for them to go to bed when I needed to go to bed. And that's how they were looking at it. Oh, you need to go to bed at this time. We don't need it. I said, no, you do. You just don't realize it. So my biggest win, and I know that doesn't sound right, but yes, the biggest win in our relationship was that she and them, and they go to bed now even sometimes earlier than I do. And that's, and the result is 93 sleep score. Because before it was like, I was stressed, we were arguing. I said, like, what's going on? What are you guys, so you don't know the circadian rhythm? Or do you need me to show you a diagram? Yeah, that's true story. So I told you have to fight for your priority. You have to fight for what's important to you. And if someone doesn't understand or doesn't track, again, you have to track. So if someone doesn't track the sleep, then you talking in Chinese, they talking in English. You can't understand each other. Juan?
Can you adjust your circadian rhythm, or is it the same for everyone? Like say you've been waking up at like 5:30 and going to bed at like 7 for the longest time. Like with your circadian rhythm, like adjust?
I believe you can adjust yourself to it by small changes. They say they're dolphins, and what do they call them? Dolphins and the owls, right? And I don't agree with that. And again, maybe I'm wrong and they're right. They're scientists, but I do not agree. I think we're all. I don't think that we were designed to be functioning at night, or someone to be functioning at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I think to me this is universal, and I felt much better when I adjusted it. I used to go to bed at 12, by the way, and Vova remembers. Where's Vova? Vova remembers, yeah. When Synergy 3 was starting to work at 8:30 because Pan Ivanov was getting to office at 8 o'clock. Why? Because I was going to bed at 12. So I need my 8 hours. And then 8:30, by the time there was no one in the warehouse, guys would leave here at like 10 o'clock. And then they start being angry. It was like, hey, we're getting to the job at 11, we're starting to installing at 12, we're coming back home at 7. I was like, yeah, but I need to watch I was watching King of Queens. So King of Queens was from 11 till noon. I was like, I can't miss it. That's my jam. That's my day. So I had to adjust it, and I felt better. I think you just have to adjust just a little bit. You don't want to shock yourself adjusting, maybe 15-20 minutes at a time, a half an hour at a time. I see Brendan's falling asleep. Good circadian rhythm right there. All right, any more questions, guys?
How you can take all the supplements that are making you calm? Is it affecting your brain activity the next day? Like if you're too calm, you can really be that.
I don't think you can be too calm in these days, honestly. I don't think you can be too calm. I think the more calmer you can be, the better. Let's put it this way. There's going to be enough that's going to spike your cortisol and blood pressure. Yeah, maybe one day I'll bring you guys everything that I'm taking. I was thinking about making this reel 100 years ago. Maybe Joe will help me. Yeah, I'm not like roughly 40-50 supplements I take a day. About probably close to 40. I mean actual pills, if you want to call them. But I'm fine, better than ever. But still, nothing. Godspeed. God bless. I hope you guys enjoy this. The animations. Next one, I give you the preview, because this is what and Vov was already making a note what's the next one's going to be. So the next one's going to be about energy. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but I remember Vova asked me a couple of times, Alek, I need more energy. I need more energy. How can I get more energy? And seriously, because he asked me a couple of times, so next one, I'll tell you guys something about how can we get all more energy. Of course with supplements. Cocaine, yeah. Simple, right? Yeah, so we'll review cocaine, heroin, LSD, whatever you want to review. We'll bring some samples. We'll do test. we'll test out this Kensington one. There's South Philly one. There's North Philly one, and Trenton, right? I heard Trenton has a pretty good one. So we'll do, huh?
It's trending now.
Yeah, it's trending. So we'll do testing, some samples, see our productivity, Juan, and then you measure our productivity. Okay, yeah, so next one is on energy. How can we all get more energy, where the energy comes from, and yes, what supplements do you need to take? And it's not Red Bull, and it's not Monster, Sasha. So that's not, yeah, we're not going to advertise Monster or Red Bull. So guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.